You're looking for a Tennessee log home? Here's a list of 7 things you should know if you're going to buy a log house. Cracks are very common and you should not be concerned unless they're very large. Usually you just have some character cracks is what we call them at the end of the logs. These are not a big concern. Sometimes you'll even see a little chunk of log that's damaged or broken out. Another thing you should always do is look at the trim. Always pay attention. Look around these edges at the soffits and the fascias. Any of these beams and logs, always look closely at these things. We find a lot of water damage in these areas. Another thing we find is a lot of carpenter bee damage. These carpenter bees can do a lot of damage in these areas. Another thing to pay close attention to is look for wood that's in contact with the soil. Most of these logs that are on the ground like this, they attract termites and they're bad to rot out and have problems. If you go to the inside and you see these large cracks in the beams, again, this is not usually a serious problem or anything to be concerned with. Back outside, most of the log cabins are in the woods and we have a lot of problems with trees overhanging the roof. These trees can do a lot of damage, so pay attention to what's going on there. Water is always a problem. It's actually the #1 problem we have with almost anything. Always look at the end of the logs in this area, and they're really bad in this area here to have water damage. You will also find places along the logs. I use my pocket knife to punch in. You can see this one is rotted completely through on this log. These are things just to look for. Always pay attention on the inside at the doors and the windows. Look for water, that you have water intrusion and all that kind of problems. There are many different types of log homes and they will all be strong structures, but always look for a few common problems that we find. Any movement, if there's any severe movement or bowing of the walls, you can notice it at the floors or anything like that. Always open and close the windows and doors, because log homes tend to settle and shrink over time. Sometimes these things begin to have problems. This log home information was provided by Donnie Bentley with Bentley & Associates Home Inspection Services. Please give us a call if you need our services, and enjoy your new log home.